the channel yet again. If you're hearing this, you've definitely pressed play on on the video, and I really do appreciate it. So I just wanted to go through the 5 questions that you should ask a potential partner. So we meet somebody and you've done 2 dates, you've done 3 dates, it's getting to the point where you see this is a relationship that you really want to pursue. It's a relationship that you honestly feel this person is your lifetime person. There's questions that we need to ask when we get to this point and these feelings have now developed. One of those questions, and I always encourage women to ask this question because it's an important question. You ask that potential person, what are your views on gender-based violence and gender roles? The answer to this gives you the perspective of, is this a person who values the fact that women are not to be battered? Is this a person that values that there are no gender roles when it comes to running a household, except for those roles that are set out? Those are roles that we will speak about at a different point. But for day-to-day living and for day-to-day running of a home with a lifetime partner, there are no gender roles, right? When we're outside of that bedroom, there are no gender roles. Then the next question you need to ask this potential partner is, what are your family dynamics? This tells you where this person comes from, how they handle their dynamics at home, what they've learned from these dynamics at home, and where they fit into the great structure of their own family and how they handle that fitting into that structure as human beings. It doesn't have to be a rosy background. It doesn't have to be a rosy circumstance. It's understanding what that person's perspective is of where they fit into a family dynamic. It also tells you, if that person doesn't come from a rosy background, that that person has the ability to be in a situation, face it, and have a positive outlook for it. If they don't, what if you face challenges as a couple, your dynamics change, they don't know where they fit in anymore because circumstances change all the time in a relationship, especially in a lifetime relationship. How will they handle such dynamics? Then the third question you need to ask them, are children important to you? Are they important in a marriage? Because if you're a person that knows that they don't want children, they have no aspirations to have children, or if you're a person that has aspirations to have children and feel like children are an important element of a relationship and a marriage, then you need to understand where your partner stands. Because the worst thing that we do, the worst decision that we make as potentials is to see someone, know what they believe in, and tell yourself, I will change this person. Please don't try and change somebody. Maybe that person at a later stage will have a different view. At that point, they will meet the right person. Maybe you have a different view. At the right point where your view has changed or it has remained the same, whatever the circumstance may be, you will meet somebody that will understand your standpoint and understand what your wishes are and understand what your perspective is and what is important to you. Some of us don't want to have children because we've had terrible backgrounds. We don't want to bring children into this world. We can't have children. Understand whether that is important to that person. Then you follow up that question and say, if it does happen, maybe you know, maybe you don't know. If you know, then you clearly state it out that I cannot have children. Would you be open for adoption? If they're not, don't try and change a person. If you don't know whether you're able to have children or not, at least you've had the conversation. And when it gets to that point, you can then say, remember we spoke about this, your views were X. That person would then be in a position to say, oh yes, we did. And I did say to you that if you were in a position not to have children, we could then adopt or not have children at all, versus not speaking about it to begin with. right? Then the fourth question you need to ask a person is, what are your views on money? Because we get into situations, you love this person, it's a potential, but they don't have a good relationship with money. And money, my sisters and my brothers, when they tell you that it is a cause for conflict in marriage, it is not a lie. It is true. Money is a cause of conflict anywhere, but it is a great cause of conflict when not properly handled and spoken about in a marriage. Ask your potential, what is your relationship with money? If you're brave, you even say, let's sit down, let's understand what the true reflection of our relationship with money is. You see, this person has lots of accounts. Clearly, they value money for buying clothes or buying, whatever their accounts are buying for them. They have a lot of credit cards. Relationship with money. It's important because with a relationship with money, you understand where your goals begin, where they end, what you can do, what you can't do with this specific partner. Take, for example, the person's relationship with money is not good. They earn their money, they go and spend it all on clothes, they go and spend it all on drinking. You have a plan to build a house. By the time you realize it, it's month end, that person has already spent all their money on clothes or on alcohol, on pots, whatever their weakness may be. When are you going to build your house? That's why you need to understand the type of person that you're dealing with so that you put in mechanisms and plans that are suitable for the way that person handles money in their life. The fifth question, my brothers and sisters, is to ask your partner, what are your goals? What are your plans? Understanding a person's vision, a vision for themselves, a vision for you, a vision for their life, a vision for their career, a vision for the things that they want to achieve, helps you understand if this is the person that is at par with you and your thinking. Too many times we get into situations where we tell ourselves, this is my goal, she will follow it, he will follow it. It causes frustration because you are making somebody something they are not. You are aligning somebody to a path in which they do not want to go. Even if those goals are not similar, or let me rather say are not exactly the same, they need to be similar. Similar in vision. The vision that you know for yourself is what you want. There are circumstances where there's certain things that we can change and work along the way with, but there are some that we need to understand outright. Because a marriage has its own challenges, its own dynamics, its own curves. But the foundation needs to be one of unity, one of understanding each other, one of clarity, one that is built solidly. So that when you build whatever challenges you face, there's challenges that you face with building a house, a physical house. But when you know that the foundation is right, the challenges are just merely that, challenges that you can overcome. But when the foundation is wrong, there isn't much that you can do. Make sure you ask the right questions. Thank you so much for tuning in again. and watching. I really hope you're enjoying the content. And as usual, if you've got any topics that you'd like me to cover, please do comment or message me, and I will definitely make videos of them. Thank you again, and I will see you as usual on the next video. Bye.